All right, let me see. Mhm. Was there anyone else who'll be presenting today? Not sure. If not, I will go ahead and jump in. Let me see.
Hey, Kaylee.
Hey, Cynthia, how are you?
I'm good. Am I the only one here? Or is there more people?
Maybe. I was going to give it a couple minutes just to see.
Yeah, it's early.
Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and start going through though. And then, if people join and they want me to go back, I will.
I'm gonna mute because of my birds. They make too much noise.
No problem. No
All
problem.
right.
I see Evie's joining. So what I'm going to go ahead and go through today is show you guys how to send out your newsletters. So I know it looks like the June one just came out, and I heard that the July one will be available to you guys soon. So I'm just going to show you how you can schedule those to go out inside your account. So let me go ahead, share my screen, and I will show you. All right, so I am inside my AI Touch account here. So what you're going to want to do is, well, actually, first I will show you just what I'm referring to, which is, where did everything go? Hold on. Let me just move this because I had it up. Here we go. All right, so this is the June newsletter here. So this is what I'm referring to. So what you would do is inside your account, you're going to want to go on the left-hand side and then click on Write Your Own. So this is where you can create your own email blasts. So this would definitely fall into that category. So you would go up here and you would just click Create New. Open my screen up a little bit again. And then up at the top, so you're going to decide if you want to send this message out to groups or individual contacts. In this case, you're probably going to be sending it to a group, so I would leave it selected on that. If you click it, it'll switch to individuals, where you'll see it's a maximum of 10 individual contacts. So we're probably going to want to keep it in groups. In that case, for recipients, this is where you're going to want to pull in who you're sending to. So you can do this either through tags or audiences. So your audience is going to be more if you want to send to every one of your contacts. If you're wanting to send out to everyone, you would probably want to send to your audiences, which inside AI Touch is going to be made up of leads, sphere, and past clients. So you could do that, or if you have specific tags that you want to send this out to, you could do it that way too. So for just example's sake, I'm going to go ahead and pull in a tag because I have my own test tag here that will just send to myself, just so I can show you how you can trigger it to send. So you can type in the name of the tag if you know it. If you don't know the name of the tag and you just want to browse what you've got, you can type any letter and then delete it. And then that will pull up all of the lists of tags and audiences that you have available. So in here, you'll see audiences, leads, sphere, past client. If you wanted to send to all of those, you could just click on them. Or you could pull in, an individual tag, etc. And I am just going to go ahead and do my test Kaylee tag because I am Kaylee and I will be sending the test to myself. Exclusions. This is where you would pull in if there's anyone that you don't want the newsletter to go out. So you can pull in tags for this as well. So I've got my test here, but maybe I want to exclude sample contacts. It's just an example, but you could put whatever you want in here, and you can exclude more than one tag or add more than one tag at the same time too. Okay, description. So this is going to be just for you. This doesn't send out to anyone. So if you just want to write an example of what you were sending out, so maybe this one I would do June newsletter, just for in your account history, if you want to go back and remember what this was that you sent out. Subject is going to be, of course, your email subject. So for this, I would probably, you could really make it anything. Maybe you want to say Happy June or summer's almost here or something of that nature. You can put in an emoji if you'd like. I'm just going to leave this one as Happy June as an example. I'm going to delete my exclusion just for this test. So greeting with first name and without first name, this is going to send out to your contacts, by pulling in their name. So because we've got a tag pulled in here, this will pull out anyone in that tag what their first name is. That's what this here is. This is called a merge code. Now, this will autofill, but if for whatever reason you ever need to grab this line of code, if you click on your initials in the top right-hand corner, you'll see this merge codes button. And if you click on this, a whole list will pop up. The most common one that people use is definitely contact's first name, which is what we've used in this example here. So if you want to grab that, it's first. All you have to do is just click on it and it will copy it, and then you can paste it in wherever you need. But you'll see there's a bunch of different options here. The first section is all going to be contact. So that would be the person that you're reaching out to. And if you scroll down, then you'll see user. User would be you. So user's first name in my case would be Kaylee. So that is going to pull in here. And then we also have one without first names. That way, if you don't have someone's first name on file, it won't send them any kind of weird code. It would just say hi. Okay. Body of the message. So
Just to make a comment on that. I always go with the greeting without first name because my initial emails, when you get data from title, like for your farm area, oftentimes the email doesn't match the current resident or vice versa. So when I sent them out with the greeting, people are like, it would be a mail saying, "Who's Michelle?" Like, and they unsubscribe. So
Sure.
now it's worth it to just send to all the emails. So I just say, hi, hello again. And I get rid of the greeting with the first name until I can get the list completely updated and I know who's who. That's the safe way to go about it.
Sure. So if you want to do that, what you would need to do is just delete this part of the code. So you would want to take that out and then have it still say hi under this greeting with first name. Because basically what the system will recognize is if there's anything in that first name field of the contact that it pulls in, it'll want to send out whatever is in this file here. So if you delete it, it's going to confuse the system. So I would recommend that you just have it say hi and you just take out the line of code. That way it doesn't call out any name.
I made that mistake too, and it went out with something like sub or dub or something at the beginning of every email, but I only made that mistake once.
Yeah. So you want to put something in this field. That way anyone with a first name on file would still receive something. But if you take out that line of code, it won't pull anything in. So you could do that. But great point to bring up. Great point. Because yes, sometimes I've also seen where sometimes it'll just pull in like part of their email as their first name if you're getting it from a different source, so a good thing to keep an eye out for. Okay, body of the message. So this is where we are going to be putting in that newsletter. So I've got the PNG here and I'm going to go ahead and insert it. So up here, you're going to want to click on the little photo, insert image, and you can click and drag an image in here, or you can just click on this. So I'm going to click on it and I'm going to click on my file here that I have saved on my computer and click open. It's going to pull up pretty big. So you can adjust the sizing here. All you need to do is just double click on it and it will pull up this, and this is the sizing. It's locked to make sure that it doesn't warp it. So if you just change up here, this will adjust it and make it still the correct shape that it should be. So if you wanted to make it maybe not so big, maybe I want to move it to 700, you can play around with it a little bit. That would be like that. But that's
a quick question on that. When you're sizing that, if we just input it the way it's sent to us, if someone opens that, say on a mobile phone, will it automatically adjust or no?
That is a great question. I actually do not know off the top of my head what would happen. I would think it would adjust, but I'm going to go ahead and double check with my team and I will get back to you on that. But that's a great question. I'm pretty sure it adjusts though. But okay, so you can adjust this here. You're going to want to just click OK if you make any changes, just so it's saved.
Is there a recommended size for this that you know of?
Not that I've heard of from Agent Inc. I I usually stick to 700 just because I think it's kind of a good readable size. If you keep it at, it was like over 1,000 when you put it in. It's just kind of big, so you have to scroll. But I'm not sure if there's something specific from Agent Inc. I would double check if that's something that you are concerned about. But I usually keep it at 700 if that helps. Okay. So in order to send this out, you are going to need to have some form of text in the body of the message. So you'll see right now, if you tried to click on schedule, it's grayed out. That's because right now it's seeing that there's just an image in here. So what I always do is I just click and oops, sorry, I meant to go to the top. I just click enter. And then up at the top, I just put in like a period. And then I highlight it, and I'm going to change this to white so that you can't see it. So if you click on this little teardrop, this is the color picker. You'll see right now it's automatically set to background. So this would highlight it. So you don't want to do that. You want to move over to text and then just click white. And then when you click off of it, it will disappear like nothing ever happened. And now when you scroll down, you'll be able to schedule it. If you did want to write anything in here, you can, like if you wanted to write a little intro or something, feel free to do that. But if you just want to send the newsletter as is, since it looks nice and pretty, that's what I would do. All right. At this point, closing, feel free to switch this up. It's automatically set to thanks, but if you prefer, all the best, enjoy your day, etc., feel free to update that there. And then signature, if you have more than one signature saved in your account, just make sure that the one that you like is selected here. You can scroll up and down and see the other ones. See, I've got a few in here. So I would want to make sure my most recent one is selected. You just click on it. PS line, just so you know what this is too. This would add in a line at the bottom that says like PS, contact me anytime, and then put in your phone number or something like that. But whatever you put in here would go before your signature, but at the end of the message. All right, couple other things. You can just save this. If you click save, it will not send out. This will just go into your scheduled and saved section. So maybe you're working on it and then you need to do something else before you're ready to send it out. Just click save. You can come back to it later. You can also preview it. So right now we've got, you'll see this is set to be no name. So that's why it just says hi. And then this is going to be the message, signs it off with the signature. If you want to send yourself a test, you can do that down here. You can change the email to and then click send text just so you can see what it looks like before you send it out. And then other than that, last step is going to be scheduling it to send out. So you're going to want to click on schedule. You'll have ASAP or future. So if you click ASAP, it will schedule it to send out like it says ASAP. So right away. Or future, if you click on this, it will pull up a calendar and a time, option. So calendar, maybe you want to send this out, but you're not going to be available for the rest of the day or something, and you want to make sure you're available. So you might want to send it out tomorrow at 11 a.m. You could do that and then change this to 11 a.m. and then click schedule. And then that would be scheduled to go out. So I'm going to do that right now just because it's my test. You'll see once you do that, it'll say it was successfully scheduled. And in your write your own section under scheduled and saved, you will see it's here under scheduled. Once that successfully sends, it will go into the recently sent section and you'll see it there. After that, what you will be able to do is go into reporting under this section. If you log back in later and click on write your own and then reporting, and you will be able to see that message that you sent out with all of the stats on how many people it was delivered to, if you had any soft bounce or hard bounces, meaning that soft bounce would be that it went to their email server, but their email server bounced it back. So not a huge concern because it'll try again. Hard bounce means that there was an issue with the email address itself. So maybe a typo or it doesn't exist anymore. Opened means that they opened up the email. Clicked means that they clicked a link in the email. So that could be like in your email signature or something like that. Opt out would be that they clicked unsubscribe, and complaint would be if they marked you as spam. All right, and that is everything I wanted to go over for with that. Any questions on sending out your newsletter from the Write Your Own section?
Yeah, is there any limit when you do write your own? You know, like each package has a limit of how many texts you can send, how many email by audience you can send. Is there a limit on write your own or no?
It should, let me double check. It would differ, it should differ by package, I believe. I'm gonna message
Okay.
my team while we're on the phone here still, while Evie goes over her piece, and then I'll chime in at the end with, or in the chat, with the answer to that. Great question.
Okay, and then if you have any suggestions on if you're doing your email by audience every, say, 21 days, like the system allows, when should you send out a newsletter? Like, you don't want to bombard people so they unsubscribe because you're sending them too many emails. What would you recommend? Like, wait like a week and a half before you do that, or?
Yeah, like if you just sent out a different message, I would probably wait, just so that you're not back to back sending messages. And I think a week is an acceptable time there. And some of that you can play around with a little bit and see, the kind of responses that you're getting with your particular database. Some people, you might find that you've got a lot of people that like to have more often contact, where you otherwise might have people where it's kind of a majority of people that don't want to be bombarded. So I would go ahead and start with about a week to 2 weeks, just depending on what you're more comfortable with there. That way you're not sending it back to back.
Yeah, that makes sense. I know, because I haven't even set up any campaigns yet. Once I do that, then they'll be getting multiple emails, Right now, I'm
Right.
pretty much doing the email by audience, so.
Yeah. Great question though. Any other questions? No? Okay. If anyone thinks of any, definitely feel free to, put it in the chat, or feel free to email me, which I will also put in the chat. My email is, I will pull it up here. It's just Kaylee.
Go ahead, Kaylee, go ahead.
Oh yeah, sorry. It's just Kaylee, Kayli at happygrasshopper.com. That's my email. Feel free to reach out. Go ahead, Cynthia. Sorry.
I'm sorry. The thought just came to me on these newsletters. I know it's coming from our office. So is it generally regionally based? Because I have people in my database that are from all over the country and the world in some cases. So is this something we should tend to keep local?
That I would check with Agent Inc. on. I'm not entirely sure. Let me see if there's anything in here. This one does not have anything that would be local specific. So you could send this out to everyone. I would just read it through beforehand just to make sure, but this one doesn't have anything that would be.
Yeah, that's just kind of general. I guess it's more the calendar that we have to limit who we sent it to if we sent that out.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. All right. Well, in that case, I think we're good for now. I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Evie.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Evie over here at Homestack. I also have Kayla on the call with me. She's going to probably be doing a lot of these moving forward, so she's going to do a portion of it today. So what I want to go over is the Agent Inc. mobile app. I'm not sure if those of you on the call already have this app or if this is brand new to you. Oops, where did my screen go? Let's see. Zoom is acting crazy. So I'm going to just kind of go over the basics, but as we go through, if there are any questions or if you want to dive deeper into anything, just let me know. 1 second. It's doing the same thing it just did to my coworker last week on the screen share, acting wonky.
Let me see. I might be able to pass it over to you or something.
No, it's giving me the option. It's just giving me an error when I go to share it. Yeah, we had to contact their support team and everything because it was super
so
weird.
Strange.
Okay, well, let's see. Kayla, do you want to maybe bring up like a general training deck that I can just go through?
Yeah, of course. Give me
Okay,
one.
cool.
second.
And then I'm going to send you a link too that I might want to switch back and forth to. Okay, thank you. So kind of going to the basics here, just so if anyone's brand new to this, to kind of understand why Agent Inc. has their own mobile app. One of the reasons is because every company out there knows that people are checking their phone hundreds of times per day. So it's an important place to be, right? The other thing is to service you as their agents. They want to make sure that you're the only point of contact on every single listing that is viewed. So when you have clients out there and they are searching for homes, they're probably like on Zillow or Trulia or Redfin, and these tools are all very common and we get it that they're using them. But in any situation, if you're able to kind of bring them into your ecosystem and be the only point of contact when they're viewing listings, that's always ideal, right? And then number 3, access to key client interactions in real time for tailored follow-up. So this is huge too, which I'll go into a little bit more later, but basically the better information that you're working with, the better you're going to service your client at the end of the day. So again, just to kind of reiterate, every single listing that's being viewed, and these are all direct from the MLS, you can view active, pending, sold, leases, open houses, all through the app. You're always going to be front and center on every single listing, and they have the ability to schedule a viewing, contact the agent, share the listing, chat with you on the listing, and so on. So this is one of the biggest things I think that everyone needs to be aware of is as you're out there talking to clients, past clients, sphere of influence, and so on, you want them in this app because this is what the whole end goal is. You want to stay top of mind. So the app itself has pretty, we're going to open it up as well, but it has pretty straightforward real estate app types of features as you would expect. As clients come in here and look at listings, they could save searches, they can set alerts, they can favorite their properties they want to stay up to date on. All of this can happen within the app as well as, and we can jump to the next slide, being able to see everything on the back end for you as well. So like I mentioned, that information that's coming in, we're calling it Agent Insights. Basically, it's going to show you every data point the app has, and we try to aggregate it in a way that's helpful to you. So if you have activity from a certain client and you want to go in, you can kind of analyze what they're doing, like what they're looking at, when they're looking at it, how active they are on the app. So you'll also have like an activity stream. So one of the things I like about this is I see a lot of times out there in the field, you'll be talking to somebody, maybe they've decided to start looking at listings or they're entertaining the idea of selling. Then they might kind of ghost you, right? They're not really communicating, they're off the grid. A lot of times those people come back, right? Something may have changed. What's nice is if you have them on the app, then you get to start seeing, like taking a sneak behind the curtain and see what they're doing. So if, Rosalie here hasn't talked to me in a while, and then all of a sudden she's back on the app searching daily, that might be a great time to reach back out to her. These types of analytics are just going to help you work smarter, not harder. So We do have a couple pro features here in the app. I'm just going to talk about these briefly because Agent Inc. is actually due for an update on their software. So you guys do have these features. You just might not have them today. We got to get their software updated. So that's something you'll just see the next time you open the app, it'll be there. But basically, you guys have the ability to send out custom push notifications from you to your client. Just to kind of touch on that for a minute on what a push notification is. So a push notification is something that comes directly from your app. So essentially it's a marketing channel. So nowadays, you know, as a business, you have to send, you know, just like what we went through with your CRM, you're sending out, you know, mailers, you're sending out emails, text message campaigns, you're connecting with people in person, you're doing events, you're doing networking. All of these things are important. And then this is giving you kind of a leg up on a unique, brand new way to communicate, which is through the push notification. And it's a great tool to stay top of mind. I always like to compare this to like using it as a tweet, right? So if you're going to send an email or if you're going to, you know, create a really beautiful Facebook post about a listing, things like that, you're able to be more robust with your information. This is more about like grabbing their attention in short and sweet messages. The other thing that you're able to do, I'm going to jump up forward to chat in the newer version of the app, is you're able to actually chat back and forth with your clients through a chat feature in the app. Now, the reason why this is really important is just because I really do believe people do business with others that they feel are bringing them value. You know, there's a trust component there, and then also convenience, right? So nowadays everything's about convenience and instant gratification. Every business is kind of like upping their game and leveling up in this department, and real estate's no different. You know, as we see out there, things are moving really fast. This is one of the tools I feel like will really set you apart from another agent, because if they have everything streamlined in one app and it just begins to become easier and easier to communicate with you and convey a message to you in a very tech forward way, this is really going to win the day. So, oh, you also get to have the chat bot set up for you. So when chat is turned on for you, you are able to set a message that's basically welcoming every new user to your app. It's an unread message that's just waiting for them to read, and you have the liberty to write whatever you'd like in that box. And that's a great way to set a first impression. So I'm going to next talk about our back office. So our back office is going to be at broker.homestack.com. And it looks like I might need you to run that too, Kayla, with your mouse. Sorry about that.
No,
So the
we're-
back office is basically going to be where you go to see your analytics and access a few features. Since some of these things are not turned on quite yet, I'm just going to go over the basics, and we can talk about like push notifications and so on in another meeting. I'm not sure, Kayla, if you've been able to switch screens. It still says we're going live.
Nope. Okay.
There we go.
Yep, I got it.
So basically, broker.homestack.com, I'm going to come in and log in. When you sign up for the app and you're speaking to Lauren or whoever you're signing up through over there, you're going to get an email when you sign up for your package. It's going to give you all of your login information. So the same login to the app works for the dashboard. So I'm going to go ahead and log in here as Marty McFly. And basically, this is a place for you to see what is going on with the app, like, you know, the total users, logins, viewings, listings viewed, just a snapshot at pretty much anything and everything that's going on within the app. It's also a place where you can begin to organize your users. So if I go to the users tab, This is going to also break it down per user. So if I want to dive a little deeper, I can. I also have the ability to see their saved searches, what notes they're taking, if they're favoriting listings. I can also add personalized tags to my users and use those later to curate information via push notification. These are great, especially when you like say meet somebody at an open house and maybe they downloaded your app right then and there. And it's just good to know that that's how you got them and you can kind of talk to them about what's going on in that particular area. So one of the most important things, I'm going to jump over to the marketing tab. So one of the most important things is making sure that people are getting connected to you and you only. So every single person has their own personal invite link and QR code. So what this does is it bypasses any type of agent directory and it gives you as the only point of contact to the other person on that end. So if you're, say for instance, setting up your email signature or sending out, even an email blast through your Happy Grasshopper account, or if you are doing anything on social media, you can use this invite link and it's going to get them to download the app and be connected directly to you. The QR code, same thing. QR codes are used constantly, as you probably noticed out there lately. This is great for print. Anywhere where someone can scan their phone, that's going to be where the QR code makes sense. You also have the ability to customize your profile. So if you need to come in here and like add a biography or update your headshot, I know they usually set you up with an initial profile, but if you need to edit or change that in any way, you can. And that's really all I wanted to go over today on the dashboard. I guess I will want to point out the training tab as well. We do have a training tab here in case anyone wants to dive deeper on any particular subjects. I'm actually going to put our updated training tab in the, they're supposed to update this on the dashboard and they will soon, but until then, I'm just going to give it to you guys if you want to bookmark it. This is going to grab the chat here. Show you our upcoming webinars that are like topic based. Like a few weeks ago, we did an excellent one on open houses specifically and how to use your app. We also have, just all of this, the dashboard features, getting downloads, agent spotlights, which talk about particular agents and how they use it. Some people might be YouTube experts. Other people might be first-time home buyer experts. There's just always a great way to spin it. My favorite is social media. If you're active on social media, the app goes hand in hand with this. Any questions so far on the dashboard itself?
When you say you like it because you're very active on social media, is it just, bringing it to people's attention and posting the QR code or the link to get them to try it out? Or how are you using it on social media?
Right. So there's a lot of ways to use it on social media, which is why we have a lot of content on that. But like, just as an example, I just think like social media is a very easy and usually free way to like get ideas in front of people. So if you're looking to have a lot of success with the app, a lot of times when we ask somebody to look at a listing or download an app or visit us at an open house, we usually have to ask more than once, right? So that is the same thing with the app. So talking about the app and getting like a buy-in from your end user, it's really just a fun and easy way to use social media to do that. For example, if I have a listing that just listed, what I would maybe want to do is post the listing on my social media and then directly link the listing to the app and talk about it and talk about, also plug the app and say, hey guys, I'd love you to check out my new listing. If you haven't downloaded my app already, you should. We don't sell your information to third-party advertisers. It's a direct, accurate search to the MLS. And best part, you'd be supporting me. And it's like you're able to kind of plug it on a regular basis when you're sharing a listing, when you're talking about something going on in the market. Like there's a lot of opportunities to plug it in a natural way. And then you can also do like little snapshots. Something I always recommend if someone's interested in sharing their app on social media or getting like a visual, at our Homestack apps Instagram page, we save a lot of highlight reels on our Instagram of what other clients have done. And just to kind of give you an idea of like how people are interacting on social media with their clients with the app.
What's
So
the Instagram account where you're sharing?
sure, I'm going to put it in the chat here. So I'll just put the name Homestack Apps. And then if you search that, you should be able to find it. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I'm gonna actually throw it to Kayla for a few minutes here. I want to open up the app itself and just go through some of the basics so you can get an idea of the visuals of what it looks like and what your clients will be experiencing when they're viewing listings and saving searches and reaching out to you for more information.
Perfect. Thank you, Evie. So I have downloaded the app as a consumer. So once I'm in here, you'll notice I have 4 tabs here at the bottom, which indicates that I am in as a consumer. If you're logged in as an agent, you will have 1 more extra tab down here that will say Insight. Same thing as what you saw on the dashboard backend. You can see the insight of everything going on within your app. So once I open up, I have the map option here. I can pinch and zoom around. We make sure that throughout the entire experience, it is pretty user friendly. There's not much you can do that's going to mess anything up. So have fun exploring. I can go ahead and view my map a little differently if I wanted to. I can click on the stacked boxes here at the bottom and be able to view this. Oh, give me 1 second. My phone is freezing up on me. Let me open that back up. Perfect. So once I click on those stacked boxes, I have options to view my map here versus either satellite or hybrid. Once I get into satellite, I can really zoom in here. This is really fun. Once I'm around some water features here, I can see, ooh, how close am I going to be able to walk down to the ocean there. I can also go back and back to my normal if I wanted to. And then I have the options to view a card view. If I wanted the north to south scroll, almost kind of similar to like an Instagram style, I can start adding to my favorites right from here. That looks like a gorgeous view. I have the grid view, which is going to give me the 2 columns, same style, so I can get through those a little quicker if I wanted to. And again, I can continue adding to my favorites right from there. I have the option to do a search city, zip, or address from this bar at the top here. I can turn on my current location if I don't already have that on. This is the tab where all my saved searches will live. I can have up to 10 saved searches as a user and kind of get notified based off of those, which I will show you how to do over here. So I have the option if I wanted to draw directly on the map. If I want to stay right in this little area here, I'm going to click on this finger and draw directly on the map. Once I do that, I have the option to even drag out just a little bit more if I forgot any in particular area and hit apply. Then that's going to narrow down my search to the polygon area that I created. I can save my search from here, but I want to customize this a little bit further based off of my needs. So I'm going to click on the filter tab here in the top right. Once I do that, this is going to bring up those filter options for me. I can click how many bedrooms and bathrooms I want, if I have a certain price range in mind, and then again, further customization there. Apply this filter. It's going to weed out those ones that didn't meet the criteria. And then I have this area here, which I can then create that save search. This name here is completely customizable if I wanted to, if I, wanted to add some emojis in here. So when I get the notifications on my Apple Watch, I'm going to get extremely excited. And then I can turn on if I want those notifications, either email, push, and so forth. So I'm going to save my search here. And then I'm going to start getting notifications when there's new listings, status changes, and so forth. And then those are going to live on my alerts tab and then notify me how I created for that save search. On the listing page itself here, I notice that there's some blue pins. That means that there's an open house attached to them. So I'll go ahead and click on this one here. From this listing, I have the option to scroll through the photos or even go through the carousel if I'm looking for a certain photo in mind. I can click on the photo and zoom in, again, see how close those neighbors are. My agent information is going to be throughout every single listing. Again, once you share your app and you get those downloads, they are tethered right back to you. So they're going to see you top of mind on every single listing that they go through. If I hit contact agent, I have the options there of how I want to contact my agent. And then the little bio would live right here that was added. I have the detail information from the listing here. I can also get directions directly to this listing if I click on the little road sign. And then I'm also shown the 2 days that they have the open house for if I wanted to add this to my calendar, connect with my agent and say, hey, let's go check this out on these dates. I also have the option to leave notes on the listing. This is a really fun tool if you are out with a client doing a showing of maybe 5 listings or whatever it may be. You can have them leave their notes directly within the listing here. So I can say, love the view. So my note is going to stay within this listing. You can come back and revisit it or edit it if needed. And then you as my agent are going to be able to see my notes living on this page as well. I can go in and customize the mortgage calculator here based off my financial needs. And then I have schools integration here. If you noticed, one button that stays static this entire time is going to be that schedule a viewing. So if those days the open house was provided don't work for me, I'm going to be able to come in here, schedule a viewing. I can see when those open houses were, but again, those don't work for me. I'm going to select these other dates. And I'm going to go ahead and either leave a message, say anytime after 5. And then I can send this off to my agent. They're going to be notified on their end that I'd like to see this property, and then I'm notified that they'll get back to me shortly. From the listing, I have the option to share if I wanted to. I can go ahead and share via text message, email, social media. So again, as Evie was talking about, you can absolutely share this via social media if you wanted to, and it does pull up that listing for you to then go ahead and post from. If I'm back out on the main page here, I do have that alerts tab, and that's where I'm going to be notified of any alerts going on through in the app. Once those my save searches start adding new listings, I'm going to have those living right here for me. My favorites tab is that gorgeous kind of Pinterest style board of all my favorites. I can click on and then go into further detail. On the accounts tab, this is where I can view, again, that agent information if I wanted to, the listing notes I made on the listings I have added notes. And then invite friends. This is going to be really beneficial for you as an agent, but also as a consumer. I can click on this. I can invite right from my contact list if I click on that. I can allow access to my entire phone book content. If I want to invite by text message, I'm going to click on that. And then I have the option to either select all, or I can cherry pick who I would like to invite from here. This does send a third-party invite message out to everyone that you've selected within your phone book. There are a few Androids that it does not send to, but it's going to send out to all of those contacts, and then they have the option to download your app from there. I can also share the link if I wanted to. Again, same way if I wanted to do text message, email, social media, and then that is tethered right back to you. So once you do put that out there, you are connected as their agent once they download the app. Perfect. Anything else, Evie, that you'd like me to go over on the app on this one before I jump over into the sample?
No, I think that covers it.
Perfect. I'm going to jump into our sample app really quickly, just so you can see me logged in as an agent. And you'll notice I have that extra button down here at the bottom labeled Insight. Once I click on that, I have the same thing that we saw in the dashboard. I have all of my users. I can go ahead and click on that further. And if I wanted to see their favorites or save searches, I can click on those. And then I can also see that activity of what everything is going on within the app once this loads. So again, maybe Amy signed up a few years ago and I see she's searching again. Perfect opportunity for me to reach back out. Any questions so far about the app?
I did put something in the chat. I ran into a problem with this before and the information not being current, the MLS data. And I know they were going to look into it. I had brought it to the attention of Lauren. I don't know if that's been fixed, but I had clients who stopped using it because it was showing listings as active that were long since pending. I gave specific examples, and I don't know if that's ever been corrected or not, because I kind of stopped using it myself.
Do you know how long ago that was approximately?
Let's see, I was in Portland at the time, so probably like 6 or 8 months ago or more. I
Sure.
don't even know. I'm not sure.
I'm just gonna look some information up real fast for you. I want to make sure, because in regards to you logging in, I want to make sure your information's in there accurately, just so we can rule that out. And then I think you'll find that the app isn't having those issues anymore. There definitely were a few hiccups a while back, but those have since been resolved.
That's good to know.
Yeah, definitely. And then let me just, sometimes what happens, I notice, is like someone will have a consumer profile and an agent profile, and then it kind of confuses the system. That's sometimes what I notice, or it says there's an error. Okay, so I see you in here under Cynthia F at agentinc.co. Let me see if you have any user accounts. Double check. And you do. Makes sense.
Yeah, now I switched it back to Cynthia F at agentinc.co, but I don't know. My password's not working, so I mean.
I'm gonna reset your password really quick.
Okay, great.
Let's see. Okay, I just, I'll throw it in the chat, just send it to you directly here. And then you can, of course, change it when you go in there.
Yeah, appreciate that.
No problem. That should get you in at least, and then you could start getting active with it again. And then I'll throw our email, Kayla and I's email for our team, which is cxteam@homestack.com, and you can reach us both there if anyone has any questions. And then I was mentioning us getting a software update. We're doing some stuff with our Apple developer account, but as soon as that's done, everyone will have access to chat and the push notifications and some of those more advanced features. So once that's officially done, we'll probably do a training dedicated just to those features, which will be really fun. So we'll keep you guys posted on that. Okay, well, I think that's all we got. If anyone has any other questions, let us know. Otherwise, I think we are done for the day.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll see you guys next time.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.